I still remember the way he smiled at me that morning. Once made my whole world feel safe. And for 6 years, he was my everything, my best friend, my home. We had built a beautiful life together. Sunday morning coffee runs, plans for a wedding next spring, believed in forever, celebrated every promotion, stayed up late helping him prepare for big presentations. Deeply. But what I didn't know that day was that the man I was kissing goodbye was already sharing pieces of his heart with someone else. It started with small things I tried to ignore. Late nights at the office, always face down. New cologne I never bought him. Was being paranoid that the man who promised me the world would never break it. I was looking for an old charger in his drawer when I found it. His second phone, the one I never knew existed. As I opened the messages, hundreds of them, dude sweet words. Was plans to meet, but emojis, photos of them together. A new colleague he'd mentioned only once in passing. In that moment, my entire world shattered, tears falling silently, reading every word that proved our love had been a lie. 6 years of use. I could have screamed. What do you have? Thrown everything out the window. Put it back exactly where I found it. He cheated once, regretted it for the rest of his life. One of the hardest of my life. While I smiled when he came home, I cooked his favorite meals, pouring out him talk about his stressful day at work while knowing exactly who was making it stressful. Every laugh, every kiss, every "I missed you" felt like a knife twisting deeper into my chest. I replayed our entire relationship in my head at night, all the times I had been there for him, when his mother was sick, when he lost his first big client, when he was scared about turning 30. My trust, my unconditional love. And he had thrown it away for secret hotel rooms and cheap excitement. The pain was unbearable. Cried so hard I couldn't breathe, used as stupid for not seeing the signs earlier. But their words felt hollow. How do you rebuild when the person who is supposed to protect your heart is the one who destroyed it? But slowly, something inside me began to change. The heartbreak turned into something colder, clearer, stronger. I stopped crying and started watching. I knew his passwords. I knew his schedule, was who his boss was, and how much his reputation meant to him. Mark always cared more about how the world saw him than how I felt. That was his biggest mistake. I didn't yell. I didn't confront him right away. Instead, I became the perfect girlfriend while quietly gathering every piece of evidence, screenshots, timestamps, hotel receipts. He'd been careless enough to leave in his work bag, lying straight to my face. This pain will not last forever. I started preparing in silence. Opened a separate bank account. Wire quietly. Very important document. I protected my own heart from falling apart completely. Because I knew the storm was coming, and this time, I would be the one who controlled it. The night I chose to end it, I was calm. I invited him to our favorite restaurant, the same place we had our first date. Romantic surprise. Across the candlelight, completely unaware that his perfect little world was about to collapse. After dinner, I slid an envelope across the table. Photos and transaction records. How did you? His voice cracked. I saw real fear in his eyes. I leaned forward and spoke softly. You cheated once, Mark. Just once. And that was enough. I told him I was leaving. All that the apartment was already in the process of being transferred to my name. That his boss had received an anonymous but very detailed protest email about his professional conduct with Sarah, including proof that their little affair had affected work deadlines and client meetings. Important clients received just enough information to question his integrity. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. Looked him in the eyes and said, "You took 6 years from me. That mattered to you." When their justice. Sarah left him when the rumor started spreading at the office. Glorious conversation, and he was quietly let go 2 weeks later. Friends who once admired him started distancing themselves. The golden boy image he had spent years building crumbled. Almost overnight, he tried calling me, texting, showing up at my new place with flowers and tears, begging for forgiveness, promising he would change. But it was too late. I blocked every way he could reach me and watched from a distance as his life slowly fell apart. Destroyed forever, but because he needed to understand the weight of what he had done. Today, peaceful, free, stronger than I've ever been. I don't hate Mark anymore. I actually feel sorry for him. Because he lost someone who truly loved him. And he'll spend the rest of his life knowing it. If there's one thing I want you to remember from my story, it's this: never stay where you are not valued. Sometimes it's the most powerful weapon you have. Protect your heart. Know your worth. And if someone breaks your trust, because some lessons they only learn once, and they regret it forever,